Alexander Armstrong, and welcome to Pointless, the show where the aim of the game is to avoid the obvious answers and find the obscure ones. Let's meet today's players. And couple number one.
Hello, I'm James, and this is Joanna, my wife. We live in Twickenham.
Couple number two.
I'm Oliver, this is my Uncle Keith, and we're from Lincoln.
Couple number three.
Hi, I'm Eleanor from Leeds, and this is my friend Sarah from Wakefield.
And finally, couple number four.
Hi, I'm Natalie. I'm from London. This is my friend Rob, and he's from Wrexham.
And these are today's contestants. Thanks, all of you. Lovely to have you with us. We'll chat a bit further throughout the show. Of course, that just leaves one more person for me to introduce. The Arthur Miller to my Marilyn Monroe. It's my pointless friend. It's Richard.
Hiya. Hey, everybody. Afternoon. The Arthur Miller to your Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
You should have one of those vents underneath.
I do.
Underneath your podium.
No, it's on now. You just can't really tell.
Lovely show today. One returning pair, Sarah and Eleanor, who got knocked out in round two last time. Lovely to have you back. In the Pointless books, there's lots of Pointless books you can buy, and we always set them sort of at Christmas. And I always have someone, like an unwelcome person at your family Christmas, is always called Uncle Keith. And so, Uncle Keith, I apologise, because you seem lovely. It's great to finally have an Uncle Keith on the show.
I know. Everyone should have an Uncle Keith. Bring them along.
But the Uncle Keith on this is always cheating at all the games and getting very drunk.
Yes.
So we've got our eye on you, is all I'll say.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much indeed. Ooh, Pete and Nige won the jackpot last time, so today's jackpot is starting off back at the beauteous £1,000 level. There we are. Right, if everyone's ready, let's play Pointless. OK, remember, it's always going to be the pair with the highest score that gets eliminated at the end of each round, so just bear that in mind. Keep your scores nice and low. Very best of luck to all four pairs. Our first category today is politicians. Can you all decide in your pairs? Who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, and our question concerns MPs with the same first name. Richard.
On each board, we're going to show you 7 pairs of names. They're all MPs who were elected or re-elected in the 2017 general election. But what first name do they share, please? It's going to be 14 politicians to guess at home. Good luck.
OK, thank you very much. 7 pairs of MPs have all served in the 21st century. What first name do they have in common? Here's our first board. Bercow McDonnell, Dentcode Little Pengelly, Corbyn Hunt, Barclay Kinnock, May Villiers, Champion Wollaston, and Flint Lucas. I'll read those all again. Bercow McDonnell, Dentcode Little Pengelly, Corbyn Hunt, Barclay Kinnock, May Villiers, Champion Wollaston, Flint Lucas. There we are. James, warm welcome to the show. Great to have you here. Tell us all about yourself, James.
I was a railwayman all my life. Started in 1957 when the railway was old-fashioned and steam-powered, and come up to the modern railway of today. Most of my life I worked on the international side of British Rail, so I got to see quite a few countries. And I finished up as an underwater railwayman.
Accidentally?
What? Yeah.
For 6 or 7 years, I was the railways director of the Channel Tunnel.
Wow.
Exactly. Ooh. Exactly. Either could have been the conductor on the runaway train or, as you say, How exciting. So what do you get up to these days, James?
I'm retired and, of course, I travel whenever I can.
Do you have a miniature railway in your attic?
No. No, I don't.
Busman's holiday, I guess.
Do you have a miniature railway in your pond?
No. No.
James, what would you like to go for on our board here?
I think I'll go for the top one and say John.
John for Bercow and McDonnell. Let's see how many of our 100 people said John. It's right. 59 for John.
It's a good start, James. Well played. It's hard to say what people's jobs are because we record this in advance. But as we record, that's the Shadow Chancellor and the Speaker of the House of Commons.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Oliver, welcome to the show. Good to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I'm a chartered accountant by trade, currently working for a manufacturing firm in Lincoln.
Very good. And when not chartering accounts, Oliver, what do you like to do?
I regularly go to the gym and I play a lot of hockey.
Good stuff, Oliver. What are you going to go for on our board?
I'm going to go for Sarah Champion and Sarah Wollaston.
Sarah Wollaston, Sarah Champion. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Sarah. It's absolutely right. 59 is the only score we have at the moment, and you pass it. Look at that. Down you go with Sarah's Champion and Wollaston to 14. Good score, Oliver.
That's a good answer, yeah. Sarah Champion is Labour for Rotherham. Sarah Wollaston was one of the ones who left the Tories to go to Change UK and then was an independent.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Sarah, welcome back.
Thank you.
Remind us all about yourself, Sarah.
So I live in Wakefield with my husband Chris and my 2 children, Charlotte and Jessica. I'm an auditor for a British energy company, and if I get any time after all of that, I enjoy keeping fit. So I do a lot of marathon running, and I've also just taken up kickboxing as well.
Oh, because the marathon running's not enough. You take up kickboxing. Does that involve also having to break bits of wood?
No.
Well, that's Thai boxing.
It should.
It should. Could you? With a kick, single blow.
I could give it a go, I think.
Excellent. OK, now, Sarah, what are you going to go for on our board here? These pairs of politicians all share the same first name. What is that name?
So I had 2, but I'm not 100% sure, so I don't know if I take the risk or play it safe.
Oh, come on, you know what I'm going to say.
I'm going to say Caroline,
For
the bottom one.
Caroline. Was that your safe or your
That's
risky
my
one?
risk.
Good. Caroline Flint, Caroline Lucas. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Caroline. It is absolutely right. 59 is the highest score, and you pass it. 14 is the low score. 31 is where you end up with Caroline. Very good.
Yeah, Caroline Flint, who is Don Valley, Caroline Lucas, the Greens' only MP.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now then, Natalie, welcome to the show. Tell us all about yourself, Natalie.
I am a digital project manager, so I deliver website rebrands and website projects for companies. And in my spare time, I enjoy pub quizzing with Rob on our pub quiz team, which is called Shark Plane the Musical.
Shark Plane, the musical.
Yeah.
How are they doing, Shark Plane, the musical,
We're
currently?
not bad, are we?
No.
Is there a league you're in, or is it just
No.
a thing? No, you'll just turn up from time to time.
Yeah.
OK, Natalie. Time for you to fill in the board, in that case.
Well, there are a few that I am relatively sure on, but I'm not going to take a risk on this particular occasion, so I'm going to have to go for Corbyn and Hunt, which is Jeremy.
OK, Jeremy. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Jeremy. I thought that might happen. 96. Wow. Could be costly, that.
I mean, what did we say about taking risks?
Well, exactly. Indeed.
You wouldn't have had a guess at any of the others.
Maybe Barclay and Kinnock for Neil, possibly.
No, it's Neil's son, Stephen.
Yes.
So Stephen Kinnock, Stephen Barclay. It's a good scorer, though, 15 points for that. To do what's a much lower scorer than Jeremy is Theresa May and Theresa Villiers.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Extraordinary.
75 points for that.
75.
And you remember Theresa May. And the best answer on the board, Dentcote and Little Pengeley, both which sound like lovely Wiltshire villages.
Yes, don't they?
And the answer is?
Emma.
Emma is the answer. 3 points for that. Very well done if you said that.
Thank you very much indeed. We are halfway through our first round. Let's have a look at those scores. Well done, Oliver. 14, best score of the past. Then 31 is where we find Sarah and Eleanor. 59, James and Joanna, not so bad. Natalie and Rob, 96. Bit of a mountain to climb there, Rob, but you get the new board, so good luck. Use it well. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, let's have 7 more pairs of MPs up on the board. Remember, they all share the same first name, and they've all served in the 21st century. We have got Davy Miliband, Bradley Buck, Fabricant Gove, Crawley Rayner, Beckett Hodge, Long Bailey Pow, and Lammy Liddington. I'll read those all again. Davy Miliband, Bradley Buck, Fabricant Gove, Crawley Rayner, Beckett Hodge, Long Bailey Pow, and Lammy Liddington. Rob, welcome.
Hi.
Tell us all about yourself, Rob.
So I'm a neuroscience PhD student at King's College London. In my spare time, I like to play a lot of sport, do a lot of cooking, watch a lot of telly, all the stuff people like to do.
I eat quite a lot, I drink, I go to bed, sometimes I dream.
Yeah.
Rob, What are you going to go for on this board? You need a nice low score.
idea.
Have you found a nice obscure one?
No. So I don't know whether to just take a full-on guess and hope it's low. But I think I'll go Davy, Miliband, and hope it's Ed.
Ed, you're saying for Davy and Miliband. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Ed. There's no red line for you. You're the high scorers at the moment. Ed is right. Down it goes to 62. Takes your total up to 158.
Yeah, Ed Davey is running for the lead with Liberal Democrats, but who knows if he's got it. And yeah, Ed Miliband's got. There's no David Miliband in Parliament anymore. Ed is the only Miliband, apart from Glenn Miliband.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Eleanor, you're through to the next round, by the way. This is exciting. With that pressure off, tell us about yourself again.
Well, I'm an internal auditor. I work for Leeds City Council. Have 2 children, Louis, who's 6, and Juliet, who's 3.
Hi, Louis. Hi, Juliet.
Thank you. And I love running. I love running marathons as well, similar to Sarah.
Do you run marathons together?
We are in, later this year, we're going to run the Amsterdam Marathon together.
Who has the better time of the two of you?
Probably me, slightly.
And at what point, Eleanor, will you just leave her?
I've decided yet.
Will
Yeah.
you just run on and leave her?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Eleanor, you're through. That takes pressure off. What are you going to go for?
Well, I think I only know one that's left anyway, which is the third one, and say Michael.
OK, for Fabricant Gove, Michael. No red line for you for the opposite reason. You are already through. How many people said Michael? 70 for Michael's Gove and Fabricant takes your total up to 101. Not bad.
Yeah, if you want a clue as to when we recorded this, Michael Gove is very much in the news at the moment.
It certainly is. Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Keith. Uncle Keith.
Uncle Keith.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Great to have you with us. Tell us all about yourself, Uncle Keith.
I'm a chartered accountant as well, just like Ollie.
Is everyone in your family an accountant?
Just about, yes, including my brother and my sister and his sister-in-law. So it's in the genes, apparently.
It must be.
So
God, you must be brilliant at that accounting.
not really.
Really?
I tried.
Have you thought about setting up your own little family firm?
You obviously haven't met my brother. So.
Oh, OK. He's watching, of course. Yep, there we go. Keith, 14, you're through to the next round. Doesn't matter what you score. With that pressure taken from your shoulders, what would you like to go for?
Well, I have to say, there's one I might gamble on, but I'm not a gambler, being an accountant, so I think I'll go for Beckett and Hodge and say Margaret.
You're already through. You could have gambled. You might have found a pointless
I could.
answer. Anyway, you're going to go for Margaret. OK, fair enough. No red line, you're already through. How many people said Margaret? There we are. 49 takes your total up to 63.
Well played, Keith. I think Beckett and Hodge are the ones that sound most like a detective duo
I think
on that board.
Yes.
Maybe Lammy and Liddington.
Lammy Liddington sounds like a sign on CBeebies.
I wonder what Lammy Liddington's voice would sound like.
Hello. I think.
That's very good.
There we go. Thank you very much. Joanna, welcome to Pointers. Lovely to have you here. Tell us all about yourself.
I was a physiotherapist for about 40-odd years, and then I retired. And
This sounds like you love that.
I love it.
Oh.
Wonderful.
So what do you get up to these days, Joanna?
We mountain walk,
Oh, good.
we ski,
Very
or at
good.
least I still ski.
Do you combine that? Because you can put skins on your skis and
No,
walk up the
I do it
mountain
the easy way,
and then ski
downhill.
down. Oh, OK. Now, Joanna, this is interesting. You have to score 98 or less to stay in the game. What is the first name shared by all of these politicians? Are there any nice ones left on the board that you know?
Well, there's one I think I know.
You can talk through the board if you like.
Oh, that I can't do. But I will go for the bottom one, which I think is David.
David Lammy, David Liddington, here is your red line. Nice and high. Can you get below that with David? That's right. There we are, down to 34. Not bad at all, taking your total up to 93.
Lovely end to the round, yeah. David Lammy, Labour MP for Tottenham. David Liddington as captain of the University Challenge winning team twice. He did it in his student days and he did it on a reunion show as well.
Ah,
It's impressive,
interesting.
isn't it?
It is impressive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, how are you with the rest of these? Bradley and Buck. Buck used to be my MP many years ago. So I know that
Karen
one.
Bradley.
Karen
So I'm
Bradley
guessing
was
Karen
the-
Buck.
Absolutely
Yes.
right. 5 points for that. Crawley and Rayner. Rayner is the more famous of these.
I can't think of that one.
Angela.
Angela Rayner.
Angela Crawley. Angela Crawley is a SNP MP. 6 for that. And Long Bailey, she's the more famous one here.
Yeah, Rebecca.
Rebecca.
I just love both of those. Rebecca Long Bailey.
Long Bailey.
Rebecca
Pow.
Pow.
5 points for that as well. So those are the best 3 answers on the board, those last 3. Well done if you got one of those.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. We are at the end of our first round. It means we have to say goodbye to our first pair. Oh, Rob and Natalie, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you'll be back next time, and I'm sure we'll go much, much further. We won't do politicians, I promise. I will look forward to seeing you then. Rob and Natalie, thank you very much. But for the remaining 3 pairs, it is now time for round 2. There we are, suddenly down to 3 pairs. Very well done, all of you. Made it through that round of politicians. Oliver, very well done, our lowest individual scorer. And Uncle Keith and Oliver, jointly, you'd expect that from accountants, keeping the numbers nice and low. Very, very well done, our best joint scorers. But well done, all of you. Best of luck to all 3 pairs. Our category for round 2 this afternoon is words. It's one of those words rounds. Can you all decide in your pairs who's going to go first, who's going to go second? And whoever's going first, please step up to the podium. OK, let's find out what the question is. Here it comes. We gave 100 people 100 seconds to name as many words ending RUM as they could. Richard?
We are looking for any word which has its own entry in the British and World English section of OxfordDictionaries.com, please, that ends RUM. No hyphenated words, no proper nouns.
It's a toughie.
Yeah.
I see sometimes we have words rounds that are round 1 rounds.
Yeah.
This is a round 2, and I guess because there are slightly fewer.
It means there'll be slightly fewer.
Slightly fewer.
Yeah.
I think I might have one.
OK, interesting.
James.
So I will try fulcrum.
Yes, I think it deserves that. Fulcrum, says James. Let's see how many of our 100 people said fulcrum. It's right. Down he goes to 9. Very well done indeed, James. Good start to the round.
Well played, James. Tough on that first podium in those words rounds, isn't it? Yeah, fulcrum.
Always,
It's like
yes.
a kind of pivot.
Yeah.
That
it
sort
is.
of thing,
It's
isn't it?
exactly. I never know quite what the difference is between a fulcrum and a pivot.
No, I might look it up.
Yeah.
I wish this computer worked sometimes.
Oliver, what are you going to go for?
Because I've seen a lot of meetings, I'm going to go with quorum.
Quorum. Yeah. OK, let's see how many of our 100 people said quorum. It's right. 9 is the only score we have at the moment. 6, quorum.
Very well played. Yeah, the minimum amount of people to have in a meeting.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Now, Sarah. Any word that ends RUM?
So I've had one in my mind that I'm not even sure if it's a real word. And then, yeah, one other.
You know which one I'm going to encourage you to go for, but yeah.
I'm going to say conundrum.
Yes. Yes. OK, let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said conundrum. It's right. 24.
A confusing or difficult problem. You know when they do those pointless bloopers shows, sometimes those
Yeah.
compilations which they
Yeah.
show on Saturday nights, which everyone seems to love.
They like them.
Yeah. And they are
No,
fun.
no one more than us. We
But
enjoyed it.
My absolute favourite bit is when you said, "Hi, I'm Alexander Armstrong, welcome to Countdown." That must have been the end of a long day, right?
I think it was. Thank you very much indeed. Well, we're halfway through the round. Let's have a look at those scores. 6, the best score of the past. Once again, Oliver, getting to be a habit. Then up to 9, while we find James and Joanna. And then up to Sarah and Eleanor on 24. OK, so Eleanor, you're a little bit ahead there. We need a nice obscure word ending RUM from you. Very best of luck. We're going to come back down the line now. Will the second players please step up to the podium? OK, Eleanor. Words ending R-U-M. You're the high scorers at the moment.
I'm terrible at these rounds, as my husband will attest to. I've sort of got two in my head. One might be 2 words, might be one, and the other one might be completely made up. But I need a low score, so I'm going to go for the one that might be completely made up and say laborum.
Laborum. Exactly. Let's see. Laborum. No red line, you're the high scorers. How many people said laborum, and is it right? I'm sorry, Eleanor, that's an incorrect answer, but you did exactly the right thing. That's the right spirit. That scores you 100 points, takes your total up to 124.
Yeah, had to give it a go. I'll give all the answers at the end of the pass.
Thank you very much, Richard. Now then, Uncle Keith.
I think I'll play reasonably safe, then I'll go for tantrum.
Tantrum, says Keith. Let's see how many of our 100 people said tantrum. No red line, you're already through. Taking your total up to 27.
An uncontrolled outburst of anger or frustration. Toddlers, we're often told, have tantrums. Toddlers and US presidents tend to be the main people.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, now, Joanna. So it's words ending R-U-M. You're through to the next round. Doesn't matter what you score here. Takes a bit of pressure off, but I bet you've got a good answer.
Well, I have a couple. How about strum?
Strum. Like guitarists are wont to do. OK, let's find out. Strum. No red line for you. You're already through. How many people said strum? $34 for strum. Taking your total up to 43.
Yes, strum, like what guitarists are wont to do. That's the definition of that. What are your? What's your word?
Panjandrum. What do you think?
I'll tell you what I think. I think it's a pointless answer. And I think I said it as well.
No! Look at that!
There you go.
That's hilarious.
How about that?
Hey, back on form. Ah.
The second I saw it come up, I think I may have spelt it wrong, but the second it came up, yeah, it's like sort of a civil servant or something. It's like an unelected official or an elected official, something like that. Should we take a look at some more pointless answers?
Yes, please.
Alabastrum, anti-serum, which is people who are furious about serum. Candelabrum, of course. Candelabrum is the singular of candelabra. There you go. Epicentrum, lustrum, natrum, that's something you get in homeopathy. Nostrum, sepulchrum, and sistrum. Should we take a look at the top 3 scorers, the ones that most of our 100 people said? Conundrum is the third highest scorer of all, 24. Strum is the second highest scorer of all. What's at the top? Drum.
There it is.
With
Way
83.
up the top.
Drum, Strum, Conundrum, the title of my new album.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we are at the end of our second round, which means we have to say goodbye to another of our pairs. I'm sorry, Eleanor and Sarah, our returning pair. We have to send you back to your auditing, I'm sorry, and your marathon running. But it's been lovely having you on. Thank you so much for playing. Eleanor and Sarah. But for the remaining 2 pairs, it's now time for the head-to-head. Congratulations, Keith and Oliver, Joanna and James. You are now one step closer to the final and a chance to play for our jackpot, currently standing at £1,000. But here we are, in the head-to-head. You can start playing as a pair. First pair to win 2 questions will be playing for the jackpot. Wow, 2 brand new pairs.
How about that, right?
Yeah.
Huge jackpot.
Yes.
I mean, insane.
Yeah.
No, it'd be fun, wouldn't it?
I think it should be. Oliver has been the standout superstar, low scorer all the time. In fact, Uncle Keith, I'd say he's been carrying you.
He has.
Really. But if I wished to be uncharitable, that's how I would view it.
I mean, Oliver's good, but he never ran the Channel Tunnel, to be fair. So.
Well, this is true. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, listen, I think you've all done brilliantly, and now you all get to pool your resources. So anything could happen. I think this will be hard fought, this one. Best of luck to both pairs. Let's play the head-to-head. Here is your first question, and it concerns 3-letter films. Richard.
We are going to show you 5 stills now from films, all of which have 3-letter titles. But what are the titles of these films?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 stills. Here they come. We've got A, B, C, D, and E. There we are. 5 three-letter films. Now, Keith and Oliver, you are low scorers, so you get to go first. Feel free to confer. OK, Keith and Oliver, what are you going to go for?
We're going to go for B and triple X, XXX.
OK, triple X, say Keith and Oliver. Now then, Joanna and James, it's over to you. Do you feel like talking us through all of the others?
Not really. I don't know any of them. I would guess at A. I would guess at C.
For fun, let's have a guess. What would you go for?
This
You've got 9
is
to
not
lose.
my answer. This is a guess, and I think the first one might be tap for A, as in tap dancing. The fourth one, I think the fourth one, D, might be the, T-H-E. And C, it's got to be Ali something, so I will say Ali.
That's going to be your answer?
Yes.
Ali. OK, so we have XXX and we have Ali. Keith and Oliver went for XXX. Let's see if that's right for B. Let's see how many of our 100 people said it. Triple X. Triple X is right. Down it goes to 55. Joanna and James, meanwhile, have gone for Ali for C. Let's see how many of our 100 people said Ali. It is Ali.
Wow.
And it goes down to 61. Very well done, Keith and Oliver. Narrowly won, but you won it nonetheless. And after one question, you're up 1-0.
Yeah, I like your thinking on the first one. Taking your clues from there. It's not tap, it is...
Big.
Big is the answer there. It's a big score, though, 75 points for that. The other two, the best answers, surprisingly, E only scores 31. And
JFK.
JFK, yeah. That's the score there. And the best answer on the board is Paul Newman Western. HUD.
HUD.
5 points. Very well done if you said HUD.
There we are. Thank you very much, Richard. OK, now here comes your second question. Joanna and James, you get to answer it first, but you have to win it to stay in the game, so good luck. Our second question today is all about edible squashes. Richard.
Yes, we're going to show you the names now of 5 types of edible squash or gourd, but we've removed alternate letters. Can you tell us what these are, please?
Thank you very much indeed. Let's reveal our 5 edible squashes, and here they come. CUGTE, KBCA, PMKN, AON, and BTENT. I'll read those all again. CUGTE, KBCA, PMKN, AON, and BTENT. There we are. Joanna and James will go first.
Fourth one down, which is acorn.
Do you know what
Yes.
KBCA is? No. OK.
We'll go for the fourth one down, acorn.
Acorn, say Joanna and James. Keith and Oliver. Do you want to talk us through the others?
I'm not sure we can do all of them. The top one's courgette, and the third one is pumpkin. I should know the second one, but because it's not coming to my mind, so I think we're going to go for courgette.
OK, courgette, you're going to say for the top one. OK, so we have acorn and courgette. Joanna and James said acorn. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. Acorn is right. For acorn. Well done. Keith and Oliver, meanwhile, have gone for courgette. Let's see how many of our 100 people said courgette. Courgette is right. Ooh, 71, courgette. Very well done indeed, Joanna and James. You're back in the game. After 2 questions, it's 1-1.
Were you pointing out there, Joanna, that the scores are a palindrome?
Yes.
Yes, very few people have that sort of mind, but I do. I love 7117. Lovely. Like a 1950s phone number.
Nice.
Now, pumpkin is a pretty big scorer. Look at that, 87 points for Pumpkin. Butternut is a pretty good scorer down the bottom there, 37 points for Butternut. Someone said blackcurrant, one of our 100 said blackcurrant, but that is a different type of squash. And do you know this one is Japanese?
No, I do not.
It's a very sweet Japanese squash, and it's called kabocha. Kabocha. I would have scored you 5 points.
I think whoever called the butternut squash deserves a pat on the back. Fantastic PR there, because the buttery name just helps.
You think? Yeah,
Oh, you eat a butternut squash and you just think of butter.
Yeah,
It would otherwise be quite a bland dish. But because...
You think?
More of the butternut squash, please.
It's delicious.
That's how it works for me.
OK.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, here comes the third question. Whoever wins this third question goes through to the final place for that massive jackpot. So best of luck to both pairs. Our third question today is all about scientific names of animals. Richard.
Yeah, we're going to show you 5 scientific names of animals now. Can you tell us the usual English names by which they are better known? Best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed. So let's reveal the 5 scientific names. Here they come. We have Equus caballus, Ovis aries, Canis lupus, Caviar porcellus, and Ursus maritimus. I'll read those all again. Equus caballus, Ovis aries, Canis lupus, Caviar porcellus, and Ursus maritimus. There we are. 5 Latin names for animals. Now, Keith and Oliver, you will go first.
Shall we? We're not sure. We're going to go for the bottom one, and we're going to go seahorse.
Seahorse, say Keith and Oliver. OK, Joanna and James, talk us through the board.
Equus caballus is something horse. Ovis aries, sheep or goat. Canis lupus, we think, is a wolf.
Yeah.
And Caviar porcellus, I think, is a guinea pig. And Ursus maritimus, polar bear? It swims. What should we do? Risk?
Risk.
Guinea pig, Caviar porcellus.
OK, Caviar porcellus. You're going to say guinea pig. OK, Keith and Oliver have gone for Ursus maritimus as seahorse. Let's see if that's right. Let's see how many of our 100 people said that. I'm afraid that's an incorrect answer, which means, Joanna and James, you only have to be correct with your risky answer of guinea pig, Caviar porcellus. Let's see if that's right. Caviar porcellus, is that right for guinea pig? It is right. It is guinea pig. Very well done indeed. And down that goes to 17. Joanna and James, very well done indeed. After 3 questions, you are through to the final 2-1.
Yeah, it took us through the board there beautifully, Joanna. I love the fact that even though you knew their answer was wrong, you still went for a risky one. That is really rubbing it in. Yeah, not a seahorse. A seahorse is a hippocampus.
Ah, yes.
And Ursus maritimus, as you're quite right, is a polar bear. And that would have scored 19 points. You are right as well about the wolf. That would have scored you 49 points. You are right also about sheep. That would have scored you 26. And he said that Equus caballus was some type of horse. It is all horses. So it would have scored you 45 points.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard. Well, we are at the end of our head-to-head round. The pair leaving us, I'm afraid, it's Keith and Oliver. You've been supreme the whole way through the show until this point. I'm afraid, yes, it was the seahorse that let you down, as they so often will. We will see you again next time and look forward to. I have no doubt you'll do just as well. Maybe even take it one step further next time. But meantime, thank you so much, Keith and Oliver. But for Joanna and James, it is now time for our pointless final. Congratulations, Joanna and James. You have seen off all the competition and you have won our coveted pointless trophy. You now have a chance to win our pointless jackpot. And at the end of today's show, the jackpot is standing at £1,000. Well, very, very well done. You just came in, one visit to the show, and you've taken off the Pointless trophy already. Can you get the jackpot, I wonder? What's going to help you win it? What would you like to see come up?
Travel,
Travel,
geography, history.
questions about trains.
We've covered pretty much everything in the world. Yeah,
Anatomy.
OK. Anatomy, of course, anatomy. Well, listen, very, very best of luck. 4 things will appear on the board. Let's hope one of them at least won't look too forbidding. Today's list looks like this. European battles, the All Blacks, film families, the year 1969.
There's only one there that one of us can do very well.
European battles.
Yes.
Yes.
We know nothing about the All Blacks apart from they come from New Zealand.
And they normally win.
Film families, well, I know a couple, but not enough to do a whole question. And 1969, that's really a very long time ago.
OK.
European
battles. European battles it is.
Oh, Joanna and James, this has been on our board for so long. All we needed was for a couple of classy contestants to come along and finally choose it. Thank you very much. If you know your battles, I hope this will be a very good category for you. We're looking for any of the following, please. We're looking for any registered battlefield in England, according to the Historic England website. Any designated battlefield in Scotland, according to Historic Environment Scotland website. Or any of the 30 major battles commemorated on the Arc de Triomphe. That's across there's stone shields at the top of the Arc de Triomphe, the French Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars. So any registered battlefield in England, designated battlefield in Scotland, or the 30 major battles commemorated on the Arc de Triomphe. Very best of luck.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, now, as always, you've got up to 1 minute to come up with 3 answers. All you need to win that jackpot is for just one of your answers to be pointless. You don't have to answer all 3 categories. Just focus on whichever categories you like the look of. Are you ready?
Yes.
OK, we'll put 60 seconds up on the clock. There they are. Your time starts now.
Rule out
England.
Scotland.
Rule out Scotland.
England.
Naseby.
Naseby is one.
Stamford.
Stamford Bridge.
Bridge.
Stamford Bridge.
What else have we got?
Well, Hastings.
Hastings. Yes, Hastings. OK, that's 3.
On the Arc de Triomphe ones, they may be a
Would
better
they be
chance.
European
Yes.
or French?
The European and French are one of the same.
OK.
Jena and Austerlitz on the Arc de Triomphe. I'm pretty sure they're there.
Waterloo?
Waterloo. Yeah, it's a railway station too.
Yeah.
But Waterloo is not on the Arc.
It's not on the Arc de
no,
Triomphe.
No.
OK, fine.
No, I think we have to rule him out.
OK, well, listen, there's Naseby.
Naseby.
10 seconds left.
Iena.
Iena.
I-E-N-A. And Austerlitz.
OK, our sands are just running out. That is our minute up. Sounds like you've got your 3 answers. What are they going to be? And if you could say which category each one is, that's great.
Naseby in England.
Naseby for a battlefield in England.
Jena
Iena.
and Austerlitz.
And Austerlitz.
For battlefields
Arc de
or
Triomphe.
major
On the-
battles on
On
the
the Arc de
continent.
Triomphe.
On the Arc de Triomphe. OK. So Naseby for the first category and the other 2 for the Arc de Triomphe. Of those 3, which is your best shot, do you think, at a pointless answer?
Jena.
Jena we'll put last. Least likely to be pointless?
Naseby.
Naseby, and then Austerlitz goes in the middle.
Yeah.
OK, well, let's put the answers up on the board in that order then, and here they are. We have got Naseby, Austerlitz and Jena. 3 very good answers there. Let's hope one of these will win that jackpot for you. What would you like to do with the jackpot if you were to win, Joanna?
Well, it'll contribute to this September's mountain hike.
Where are you going this September?
We always go in September and we go to Switzerland. And
Very
we'll be
nice.
going to the Bernese Oberland.
OK, very good. James, I dare you to come up with something outlandish and entirely James-based with your
I
answer.
will-
What would you like to spend the money on?
I'll spend the money on what my wife tells me I've got to spend money on.
OK, fair enough. Mountain hike it is. OK, Joanna and James, your first answer was the Battle of Naseby. In this case, we were looking for any registered battlefield in England. If this is pointless, you will leave with a jackpot of £1,000. How many people said Naseby? It's right.
That's right.
It's right. Just has to go all the way down to 0 for that £1,000 jackpot to be yours. Down goes Naseby, through the 20s, into the teens, into single figures. Down it goes Naseby to 7. Not bad at all. It's a great score. In normal gameplay, 7 would be a fantastic score. Irritatingly, we only take pointless answers in this last round. So let's move on to your second answer, Austerlitz. In this case, we were looking for any battle commemorated on the Arc de Triomphe. If Austerlitz is pointless, you will win the jackpot of £1,000. How many people said Austerlitz? It's right. Naseby took us all the way down to 7. Austerlitz now takes us down through the 20s, into the teens, into single figures. We're passing 7, still going down with Austerlitz, still down to 2. OK. Well, I mean, let's be honest, you ordered these perfectly well. I mean, Austerlitz is on the metro line, so, you know, maybe people might remember Austerlitz. Naseby, people will remember, I guess. But Jena, you put that last for a good reason. Let us hope that it was as obscure to our 100 people as it was in your reckoning. Jena, how many of our 100 people said it? If it's pointless, £1,000 is yours. How many people said Jena? It's right. It just has to be pointless now. We've gone down to 7 with Naseby. We've gone down to 2 with Austerlitz. Jena now takes us down. We've passed 7, still going down. We've passed 2. You've done it! Fantastic! Tremendous. Brilliant. Absolutely well done. Superb. Very, very well played. And thank you for taking European battles off our board. Thank you for turning it into a win. Jena was a pointless answer. You're going home with that jackpot of £1,000. Very well done indeed.
That was brilliantly done, very well played. Also known as Jena with a J, but actually on the Arc de Triomphe it is spelt I-E-N-A. Terrific work that was. What a team as well, all the way through. You guys should get married. Let's take a look at the pointless answers, shall we, in the different categories. We'll start with the registered battlefields in England. Battle of Malden, that was over who had the poshest salt. Battle of Nantwich, Battle of Solway Moss, Battle of Stow-on-the-Wold. Lots of other pointless answers there. Flodden, Edgecote, Croppertree Bridge, Braddock Down, all sorts of pointless answers. Their biggest scorers were Hastings, Bosworth Field and Marston Moor. Those are the biggest scorers. Scotland now. Battle of Glenlivet, which is 1 letter away from being a very nice Christmas present. Yes. Battle of Langside, Battle of Linlithgow Bridge, Battle of Preston Pans. The biggest scorers there, Bannockburn, Culloden and Falkirk. And finally, the Arc de Triomphe. There's Jena, very well done. Les Pyramides, Ulm, Zurich. Lots of pointless answers there. Everything apart from Austerlitz, Marengo, Moscow, Dresden and Friedland. Everything else was a pointless answer. Well done if you got one at home.
Thanks, Rich, and thank you so much to Joanna and James, our winning contestants, who take away today's jackpot of £1,000. Very well done indeed. Join us next time when we'll be putting more obscure knowledge to the test on pointless. Meanwhile, it's goodbye from Richard.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.